Attending and filming at the Raleigh, North Carolina Wild Horse and Burro Adoption event was a goal of mine this year, and quite honestly, it's been the highlight of my year so far. This summer has been a particularly hard one for me. It can be really hard staying encouraged when the struggle just feels endless. I knew attending this event would help keep the wind in my sails, and therefore, it was a huge priority for me to be able to attend. Knowing how badly I wanted to go, I started increasing the videos I was creating to see if I could make it a possibility. I also decided to start a series on the online corral, which is an internet auction and one of the ways that you can adopt a wild horse or burro. Now, one of the pickup sites for the June online corral was Raleigh, so I hoped that I could familiarize myself with the horses and perhaps be able to identify them if I was able to go to Raleigh. Essentially, connecting their story from online corral to the pickup site. I went as far as preparing a list of all the horses I reviewed in my online corral videos to help me identify them. This trip has been up in the air for me all summer, but 2 weeks before the event, I was finally able to buy my tickets. I got one of the last 2 seats of the plane leaving Vermont. To make it logistically possible, I booked the trip all in one day, so this would all happen in 18 hours. Alright, I just got through TSA, and I cut it a little close to the wire. I'm like rushing now to my gate because, yeah, it was a lot busier, like Vermont busy. It was a lot busier than I've seen it. Made it. After hurrying through TSA and boarding on the plane, well, it was time to wait. The sun rose, and in true Vermont fashion, it began to rain. So much so that they delayed our flight and told us they were having to find another route. We were 45 minutes delayed by the time we were in the air and en route to DC. At this point, I was getting pretty nervous though. I had a connection flight to make to Raleigh, and my window to get to the gate was very short. Regardless, this was my first time flying in 2 years, and I'd actually really been looking forward to these flights, so I tried to sit back and enjoy it. I love the feeling when you cut through the clouds and wait for the emerging blue sky. It's so crazy for me to think, and I sometimes remind myself of this, that even on the rainiest of days, there's always a sunny blue sky up above the clouds. And being able to see that is truly one of my favorite parts about flying. Alright, so I'm really worried I may not make my flight to Raleigh. We left 40 minutes late because of the weather. They actually had to reroute the flights, and I only have a half an hour gap between my 2 flights. So very narrow window. There's not a lot of flex room on this trip. But if I'm 40 minutes late and I have half an hour to get to my gate, I'm gonna miss it. Unless this route is faster, and I don't know, and I'm in the back of the plane too, so I'm gonna be like one of the last to get off. Alright, so I just got a text from my horse sitter, not a good one, that Theodore, of all the horses, broke a lock on a gate. So I don't know how I received it, but I'm not able to respond right now, which is not something I want to get when I'm on a plane. I'm so nervous right now. I'm in the sky still, and I have to get to my gate in 15 minutes. It's not looking good. That's pretty.
Okay, folks, I'm going to give you some quick need to knows, since a lot of you, actually 35, because I counted, are going to be making super tight connections. They are aware that there's going to be various ones that were coming from the north that will be running a little bit behind schedule. I cannot guarantee. The only thing I say is when you have all of your personal belongings, fast walk / run to your next connection. So once we land again, we have 35 people making very tight connections. So once we land, the seatbelt signs off. If you have a little bit of time, if you could let those people pass by so that way they have a fighting chance to make their connection. Thank you.
Fighting chance. Oh no. This is like the one trip. And it's like, oh, it's so hard to get here. No. If I miss it, I'm gonna see if there is another flight. I don't know if I have to pay. I can't pay more for that. So if it's not free, and if I can't get another flight, then I am immediately going to pivot and destroy DC. I don't have time to get upset. I gotta enjoy it. So, yeah. My stomach is in knots. This is absolute torture. Absolute torture. Alright, my next flight is scheduled to leave in 15 minutes. Oh dear.
Welcome to Washington, D.C. The local time is 8:06. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. And keep the aisle clear of all carry-on and personal items.
Alright, well, I just went to my gate and it's closed. I don't know what to do now. Ugh. Can't even, like, convey it. Like... And it feels like this whole trip was a really bad idea. Alright, I got off the plane at 8:14 and I got to my gate at 8:15. Flight leaves at 8:20, but they had already closed the gate. And yeah, major disappointment because it's a big deal for me to get out and do this. So I'm gonna try to figure out customer service, see if there's any options. Probably not though, with my time crunch, because I'm literally gonna be back in DC. I forget what time later tonight. So I think I am going to figure out what's next. If I can't find anything like in the next hour or two, I'm just gonna stay in DC and do what? I don't know. I wanna walk around. I don't know. It's an adventure, it'll be something different, but yeah, I don't have time to, this is still new and different for me, so I don't have time to get in the mood about this. While I was walking through the airport, I was able to get some sightseeing done and spotted the Washington Monument. Alright, so it took me a while, but I finally found the customer service desk, and I did get another ticket. I was debating though staying in DC, so thanks for the suggestions to those of you who gave me some ideas, but I was able to get the ticket. It is going to cut my time short in Raleigh a lot. So it's gonna be, yeah, I'm only gonna be there for a very brief time, but it's really important that I have success with this trip because this is something I'm hoping to do more of. I'd really love to go to more Mustang events and film and create videos of them, meet people, do interviews, that kind of thing. And I'm hoping to do more of that in the future. This is a trial essentially for me to see how it goes, and it's really hard for me to get here, and you know, I kind of have a lot riding on this, so if I wasn't successful, it'd be really hard to make this same sacrifice again. So I'm trying to follow this to completion, and I will. It'll just be really short. So I'm gonna, yeah, be very focused when I'm there and try to get all the shots that I need. And yeah, it's gonna crazy day, but you know, I'm feeling good. I got a hot mocha, and this is actually cheaper than anywhere I know in Vermont. I love mochas. This is a special treat for me. And I'm like, how is it so cheap? We're in the airport. It's supposed to be expensive here. So anyway, and the sun is blue. The sky is blue. Not the sun. The sun is blue. Yeah, so I'm in a good mood, and yeah, we're just walking it out. I'm just roaming the airport. I've just been walking for like an hour and a half right now. I hate sitting and waiting, so I'm just walking and waiting. Anyway, all is well, all is well. Wow. A few hours later, I was on my flight from Washington, D.C. to Raleigh, catching glimpses of the Pentagon as well as the Arlington National Cemetery. I couldn't believe how big it was. It wasn't long before I landed in Raleigh. I was so relieved that this trip was actually becoming a reality. Alright, I made it to Raleigh. It's almost 1 o'clock. I've been up since, oh my gosh, it's hot. I just walked outside, but I've been up since 3:30 this morning. And yeah, now I I gotta figure out where I can get a ride. North Carolina, what is this? What is that? What is that? Oh my goodness, it's so big. I do not want to get stung by that thing. Well, I made it to the Raleigh, North Carolina, and a sign. Wild horse and burro event. Okay, so massive bees. That's crazy. Those things are crazy. Anyway, it's so hot. It's like fall in Vermont and now it's like scorching. Scorching. All right, I see hay. I'm in the right spot. After an exciting morning, I finally made it to the Wild Horse and Burro adoption event. When I was planning for this trip, I was trying to arrive as early as I possibly could so that I could see as many animals as possible. Unfortunately, on the BLM website, this event was listed to start on Friday, but it actually started on Thursday. The first morning of an adoption event is usually pretty busy, and this event was no exception, so a lot of the horses and burros had already went home during the first day, which was kind of a bummer for myself and several others that I talked to who were wanting to arrive for the start of the event. So unfortunately, between that and then my delayed travels, I did in fact miss out on seeing quite a few horses. Probably half were already gone. However, I did see some from the online corral that I recognized right away. Alright guys, I just got here and I'm pretty sure I spotted this horse. This is 2916 and I saw her across the way. So I'm gonna go and check her out. Bingo, so this is 2916. So she was in one of my videos on the online corral. She's beautiful in person. I love her face. She's got very sweet eyes. Hey, sugar. Look at that. Oh, it's so good to see them in person. I love it. And this one, I believe, I haven't yet looked at the tag, but this is another one that I think we had in one of my videos. Let me check her tag. So these are all mares. What's your tag number, honey? 3077. So yes, 3-year-old dun female. So I have my list of horses from the online corral. So, right here. Yep, that's her. So she is from Divide Basin. That's awesome. The online corral, so we're going to see her in person. She's so cute. That's a beautiful color. How about that? I just recognized this girl too. She is 3244 from the online corral. So she's a gray from Adobe Town. So she was in one of my online corral videos. So this is her in person. She's lovely. Be dirty. I was so excited to be able to find and see these horses in real life. It was really fun to connect the dots from the online corral to this pickup event. And again, the horses that I found were ones that were adopted in the June online corral. This site was a scheduled pickup site for that online auction, and they were now moving in to do some sorting and separate one of the horses for pickup. She's got a little cut on her nose. Beautiful done. So it was the Dunn heading off to her new home. I literally got here just in time to see her, as this was soon after I arrived. Once the Dunn was in the chute, they scanned for her microchip and removed her tag. She was extremely quiet in the chute and also loading the trailer. Okay, that was a really nice horse. Very quiet-minded. Really beautiful build, beautiful color, great mind. Someone got a really great horse. All right, let's go back to seeing if I can find any others from the online corral that we saw. All right, 2772. This was a favorite of some of your guys's and the internet auction. You might remember her photo here. I don't see her here. There's a bunch of, maybe she either wasn't scratched off or during the sorting process, maybe she was moved into a different pen. So I think she's here. I'm gonna try to track her down. Okay, she's definitely not in this pen. She's little and she's a bay roan. Don't see her here. 2772. These are all babies. Yeah, I didn't see her on the mare side, so she might have not gotten scratched off. She might have already been picked up, but bummer, because she was here. I missed her. This event actually started on Thursday, but on the website it said Friday, so I literally planned my trip to be here for Friday morning, and yeah, I tried. Okay, so this guy was one that we looked at in the online corral, 2300. He already got picked up though. So let's take a look at these guys. So we have 4699. What a cute little marking. Okay, here's the missing horses. I see the one. 2772 says the horse that we saw in the online corral, and this is her in real life. Wow. $2,772. Oh, this was a lot of yours favorite in the online corral in June. A lot of you fell in love with her beautiful face. She's stunning. Oh my goodness, this is her in real life. Or in my real life. You're watching this on the screen, but she's not leaving just yet. So apparently they've done some sorting and we're holding these horses somewhere, because when I first walked through, I did not see her and looked very thoroughly, scanning each number. So they might be putting her back. Oh, this horse is going back. Alright, yeah, I think that's where the pen was. I remember seeing the number sign on the back corral. So they're opening up, and I think they're going to return her. Oh my gosh, I want to get one. Alright, he said the rest of them that are down here are going in pen 6. Alright, here she comes. Now we get to go see her. Alright, let's go see this girl. Oh! You laying down? What are you doing? Alright. I won't bother you. It's gonna go around. Take it wide. You're fine, you're fine. You're fine. There. Oh. Just needed to make sure I wasn't gonna bother him. Okay. Alright, let's go find this beautiful little mare. You know what's funny? I keep having this feeling of like, let me open my window. Like, I'm in a car driving and it's getting really hot and I'm like, let me open my window. And I'm not in a car, but I'm like, it's so hot here. I'm just not used to it. Alright, there she is. There she is. Oh my goodness, you're so cute.
Well, the switcher's not right there. They need a knife. They do vertical pulls with a knife.
Alright, she's getting a nice drink. So we got a salt lick here. Got some hay over here. Looks like alfalfa. Oh. Oh my goodness. So happy to see you. I was so happy to see 2772 in person. She was actually the horse that I hoped to see the most, as I know she was a big favorite of a lot of yours. Now, there were multiple pickups from the online corral, so it was really cool that she ended up in this one. After finding her, I continued to move through the pens. So friendly.
She's unusually friendly. I think
Yeah.
she'll be easy for somebody.
Yeah. It's crazy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You got a good mind.
Yes,
Hey, baby. Sugar. Mmm, tasty snack, huh? Tasty. You're so cute. Hi, baby. Hi. Wow. So brave. Okay, this is really overwhelming. Oh my goodness. So much to film, so much. I'm trying to make a vlog and I'm trying to make it like a regular video. Okay. Hey, babies. So everyone's got nice alfalfa hay, got water, salt. Hi. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Say hi? What do you think? Hmm? Say hi? No? Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Alright, moving on, we have pen 3 here. So we look at pen 3. We've got a few horses from the internet auction and some that are available for adoption. These are all geldings. Let's take a look. 4, 3, 6, 7. This guy is available for adoption. Wow. He's a 4-year-old gelding from Wyoming. $4,195. 4195 is a 5-year-old day gelding from Wyoming, also available for adoption. All of these guys are available for adoption. I believe many of these Wyoming horses are coming from the Wheatland off-range grow. I do not know that, but that was many of these horses, at least in the internet auction from Wyoming, were from Wheatland, Wyoming. So I don't know where these horses are, the internet auction ones. I'm not sure where they are. If they've already been picked up or what. All right, so we're gonna move on. This is pen 4 here. Looks like there's 2 horses left. One is from the online corral. One is available for adoption. All right, so this is 3508. He was a gelding who was in the internet adoption, still available, so they must have canceled on him. So he would have been probably in the June online corral. And he is available for adoption. Nice build, thick legs. A little skinny. Look at that mane, wow. I mean, some of it is, wow, it is going to be long mane. Some of it's just like tangles and you wonder how much has already like come out, but quite a bit looks like he actually does have that length. Oh. Getting rid of that mouthful. Alrighty. These are all 2-year-old geldings. Sweet thing. All right, guys, so I'm here and I found Emily from Sisters Horsing Around. I saw her post on Instagram the other day that she was going to be here.
Hey everyone, I'm so super excited to be here and super excited to meet Burro.
Yeah, and you were doing a gentling demonstration, right?
Yes, I am. And so I'm going to be doing it all weekend. So I did some demonstrations yesterday, and I worked with 4 horses today already. Yeah. And right now we had a little break going on.
Yeah.
Those horses on that side are mares, and we have geldings on this side of the arena.
All right, so you've got quite the portfolio here, I know. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
Okay, so this was our very first magazine that we were featured in. This is me and my sister here, and Sightlines did a feature on us.
And your sister is Sarah.
Yes, and she's the one in the blue.
Yeah.
And so right now, she is at home taking care of our 12 horses. Yeah. And 8 of them are Mustangs, so her hands are full.
Yeah. How long have you guys been doing Mustangs for?
So we've been doing it since 2020, but we have wanted a Mustang, and particularly me, have wanted a Mustang for a very long time. Here are our first 2 Mustangs that we adopted. We ended up adopting 3 that year. And then here is Discover USPC, and I was actually a part of the redesign. And so we were featured in their magazine, and they are telling about our story and what certifications we are. We are multidiscipline riders, so we have certifications in horse management, English, and Western.
You guys are super involved, my goodness. All in.
I wanted to try everything.
Yeah.
So I tried to involve myself in all kinds of different avenues. I still give my horses their own shots. We do their own deworming. I'm also a farrier. It's definitely one of those things that helps out, especially when you have more. Yeah. And you can save a little bit more in that aspect.
For sure. And especially with Mustangs, too, because it's a big step going from their main handler to a farrier. So
it definitely helps out with the safety aspect, because you can work with them first before you can pass them along to someone else, because that is a big jump for them. This is my very first horse that I got when I was 17, and this was a horse that my sister grew up with. We started YouTube in 2018, and so we started Sisters Horsing, and this was from a seed that our mom had planted when we were younger. She was like, you all are really blessed to have horses, and not a lot of youth and not a lot of black youth have this opportunity.
You're right, yeah.
And so she wanted us to reach out to other youth and give that opportunity to them. And so whether you are black or from people of person of color, minority, or anyone. We were first generation horse people. Yeah. We didn't have someone to hold our hands and walk us through and show us which information was the right information. The goal with Sisters Horsing Around is that we are wanting to introduce horses to new people who are not in the horse world, and let them experience the joy of horses. And then for equestrians, our goal is to help broaden their experience.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I've been familiar with you guys for at least 2 or 3 years, so yeah. You guys have great content.
You can
thank you. All right, this is pen 6, and these are mostly internet adoption horses. This Burro 3074. She's available. Oh my goodness, I love Gruyas. Oops, sorry. And they're getting ready to sort. Load up one of these horses, maybe. So cute. I love primitive markings. She's very calm. I've walked by this pen several times. She seems quite calm. Alright, so bringing this one back. All right, let's take a closer look. Wow, look at that mane. So that's 1473. 1473. She's available for adoption. Wow. Hi. Say hi. No? Wow. You are beautiful. So we have 2781 right here. 2781 is listed as a 3-year-old gray. Beautiful mane, my goodness. Good size. So she was an internet adoption horse, so she's already been adopted. Let's go, friends. Okay, now that we're looking, I feel like I do remember this one from the online corral. I'll have to go back and check. She really wants to groom with someone. That's really sweet. Okay, this was a little bit later in the afternoon, but she was constantly trying to groom with the other horses. She seems to be a very social horse. Although it was really funny because she seemed to be throwing out suggestions for the other horses to groom her without actually putting in a lot of work to groom them. So she just went back and forth between horses, and they quickly lost interest. Watching her disposition, she quickly became one of my favorite horses at this event. She certainly seemed like a character. As I was watching them here, a Mustang ambassador went by with a person on board. All the horses looked pretty startled to see this. They're all like, what? Shortly after that, the BLM staff began delivering loads of hay to the pens. All right, we have pen 9 here, which are 2-year-old mares. These are all available for adoption. I've heard these two are very friendly. Oh, you are? Wow. Hi. Oh, sweetheart. You want your alfalfa? Got some nice alfalfa hay here. Nice alfalfa hay. Don't push it. Don't push. Here, you keep it. You keep it. All right, how about that forelock? Isn't that stunning? And I love the flaxen mane and tail. It's so pretty. Nice hay. Nice hay. The afternoon was pretty quiet, and I didn't see too many horses leaving during my short time here. They did pull out 2781 into the round pen to work with her. She was the horse that was one of my favorites, and also the horse that was trying to get the other horses to groom her earlier. Now, this is one of the ways that you can start working with a wild Mustang. What the handler is doing is basically sending her forward, driving her forward. A couple things to be noticing are where the mare's attention is, so you can see her looking off at the other horses, she's flicking her ear to the handler, and then back around in her surroundings, which is normal. Right here, the handler steps out in front of the drive line, turns and walks away to invite the mare in. The mare drifts off to the edge, and so the handler drives her away, tries again, gets a few steps this time, and then the mare drifts off to the edge, so she drives the mare out again. Now, obviously I'm not the handler here, and I'm just giving my observation, so I don't know her exact objectives here, but generally when you're doing this, you're trying to show the horse that they can find rest when they're in with you, or rest when they're facing up to you. So the horse is driven away when they're on the outside of the circle, they get rest when they come in towards you, and she's really not putting a lot of pressure on this horse, which is really nice. She's just having a nice casual laid back session here. And if this doesn't demonstrate how comfortable this mare is right now, I don't know what will, but I love how she let the horse just have a nice roll. It's just so important for the Mustang to feel safe and comfortable in the learning environment for training to really be effective. So this is a really good foundation on this horse. And remember, when you're working with a Mustang, you have to teach them absolutely everything. So you can't ask for too much all at once, but those early foundational steps are really important. And at the very, very beginning is just for that horse to feel safe and comfortable. So I think this horse is nailing it. I think she's going to be a super sweet horse to work with. Someone really got lucky with her. And we're now on roll number 4. This reminds me of when my first Mustangs, Libya and Frida, first arrived at my round pen. Frida was so excited about the fresh sand that I had laid down. She did something very similar where she was just repeatedly rolling. I actually had a lot of people commenting that, oh, she's colicking, and you know, you really have to look at the bigger picture here. There would be other signs of distress, and in Frida's case, Frida obviously was just fine and was thrilled just to be in a really nice spot to roll. But of course, if you see this with your horse and are in doubt, just call your veterinarian. At this point, it was nearing the end of the day and almost time for me to head back to the airport. I decided to walk through one last time. And again, this was 3244, the gray mare from the online corral. She really has a very sweet disposition, it seems. She's very quiet and has that beautiful soft eye. Next to her is 2772, another horse from the online corral and a definite fan favorite. She also just seems very sweet, though a little bit more timid. And then, of course, we had 2916, the first horse that I spotted when I arrived. They were about to sort and load one last horse before the end of the event today. The horse that's about to be shipped is currently in the round pen on the far left and is about to run down the aisle. There was a little bit of wait time before loading onto the trailer, so I paused by a few pens on my way down.
Yesterday, a lot of animals are picked up. People pick them up, selection on the internet. And came and got them from here. So if you see an animal, it's going to hurt you. Come with me, a little bit further.
So they drove the last horse into the chute, where they scanned its microchip on the left side of its neck by the Freeze brand. They were removing the neck tags at this pickup location and were having a little bit of trouble getting her to put her head up so they could remove it. I'm just leaving. It was pretty tiring. So I'm back in the airport. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling pretty tired at this point. I had my first taxi experience. I've never actually gotten a taxi before. I was going to the adoption event and I was actually going to get an Uber, but I walked out and there's a lineup of taxis and I didn't even consider it. But there was this one guy who was just super friendly. I think he might have been even outside his car. I don't remember, but he made eye contact and just kind of like smiled and just like, I think he got a good read on me. I was like trying to figure out what to do, because I think I've only ever gotten an Uber once. I don't know. I'm just a country girl in the city world. It's just like, I don't know how to do these things. So I think he noticed I was like kind of looking a little lost and just like very friendly and just kind of like asked me, oh, you need a ride kind of thing, and like just like really nice and like super professional, and it was just like a very human interaction, and he honestly won himself a customer, which is kind of funny because I think I'm a really hard sell, like normally, I don't know, that kind of thing. I was just like super impressed, and I actually went out of my way to go get him to bring me back to the airport because I just really liked him a lot. But no, that stuff like stands out. I always like notice when people kind of go what I feel is like a bit above and beyond, but I'm starving. I've hardly eaten or drank all day, so I'm kind of grueling, and I've been up since 3:30. Hopefully I'll be back by 1. Anyway, I'm gonna go hunt for some food. It took me a while to get over the sticker shock and finally buy some airport food, but once I grabbed my meal, I was able to board my plane and was rewarded with this beautiful sunset. Unfortunately, this flight to DC was also delayed and we sat for quite a while on the runway. My layover in DC was also pretty short, so I was really going to have to scramble to get on my Vermont plane. I was also feeling pretty tired. I'd spent probably 4 hours at least walking through airports. Alright, I am so tired right now. So tired. One more flight. I just barely made it to my last flight. Everything has just been really crunched, so I'm the last one in line here. How tired am I? I'm so tired. I literally just almost boarded the wrong plane. Whoops, I almost got on a flight to Syracuse. I think they changed my gate. So I literally scanned and then the ticket lady caught my my mistake. Oh, time to go to the real Vermont this time. After nearly boarding the wrong plane, I finally got on my plane back to Vermont. It was cool to be seeing the same sights in DC at night. It was also just really crazy because I had just been here. I just couldn't wait to get home. The contrast of the lights between Washington, D.C. and Vermont is pretty profound. The plane finally landed in Vermont right around midnight. Alright, I just finished my 18-hour trip from Vermont to Washington, D.C., to Raleigh, to the vent, and then back again. There and back again, a hobbit's tale. That was weird. Wow, what a day. I was so thankful that I was able to make this trip. Honestly, it has been the highlight of my year so far and something positive in the end of a really hard, exhausting summer. I knew this trip would help keep the wind in my sails, but I didn't realize just how encouraging it actually would be. I created a memory by taking this adventure, and it's something that I don't regret at all. It's the spice of life, you know? Anyway, I really hope I can be doing more of this in the future. Thank you guys so much for following along the journey. If you're interested in seeing more Mustang videos like this one, check out this video right here. Thanks for watching. Bye.